Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm screaming.
It's sick, and to see.
Hi, my name is Trevor, and you're probably watching this video to see what happened to this one. Look what it says. It says blow me. That's what this challenge is gonna be. It's gonna be the blow me challenge.
No, it's not. The blowjob challenge.
Ready?
No.
Anyways, okay, yeah, no blowjobs because we have a little
baby.
Our little baby. This is
I just came out of the womb.
This is my son. Meet my son. Okay, first one. Question for you all. Do you pee in the shower?
It's inappropriate for an adult to be friends with a child, period.
Oh my gosh. Oh, bitch, you need practice. Get it, shove it.
Yeah, I'll show you later. I do have my lube coming out.
Once again, let's reiterate.
Who do you think is a better lap dance, Trevor or Shane?
We're not. No, we're not.
Yeah, look at this, Justin. Let's see it. You know, honestly, I was watching them dance earlier on Shane's channel. They did like a dance off, and like I was at Shane, like moved, but Trevor grinded. So I kind of feel like Trevor might.
I know. I hate to say it, but you know the young blood.
Oh, hey. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Wait, is your underwear? Wait,
oh my god. Hot. Oh.
Trees?
Watch out, Justin Bieber.
Once again, let's reiterate.
You never invite me over.
Oh.
True. You're 16.
It might be a little awkward if he's like, hey, you want to come out and like hang? It's awkward.
It's awkward to hang out. We're hanging out right now.
Yeah, but I'm here as like a supervisor.
So you're telling me if we weren't making a video, like, you would never want to hang out with me? No. I would babysit you.
Once again, let's reiterate. An adult having a friendship with a child is inappropriate, first and foremost.
This is Trevor Moran, and I'm with the lovely person, Shane Dawson.
Daddy.
AF.
And honestly, it should be illegal.
Because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That big fire. Yeah, she kinda.
Absolutely no intro today. If you want to subscribe. If you don't want to, that is fine too. I'm not even about to go through my spiel, okay? Don't know my name? Go click another video. You'll figure it out. Listen, I just got done watching a very short clip of Jojo Siwa talking about Colleen that I did see, I think 2 days ago going around, but I didn't really dabble. I was just like, oh, okay, I guess she probably on her side. But when I heard what this woman actually said, I don't know how you guys feel about Jojo Siwa, but I just feel like she has changed so much to the point where I'm just like, who is that? I don't know who that person is anymore. And honestly, I was very, I was very disappointed in what she said. I felt like it was very much not... You hear the speechlessness coming out of my mouth? I couldn't believe. I was just like, girl, why are you sitting over here co-signing for Colleen as if this is like your number one bestie? And yes, obviously it probably is. However, it's just like, girl, did you not see the accusations? Did you not see the proof? Did you not see, like, what did you see where you were like, lies? That's where my brain went. I was just like, girl, I don't know why you did that. But besides the damn point, Trisha has obviously done a video on it called Jojo plus Colleen. 31 minutes. We're going to hop right up in here because I need to know. Honestly, let's read a couple comments. She has 17K up likes on this video, which is interesting. Someone said Jojo has been manipulated by adults her whole life. I'm not sure she has the capacity to know when she has been groomed. Trisha, you are spot on with this. All right, girl. Let's hear what you have to say because...
Who do you think is a better lap dance, Trevor or Shane?
We're not. No, we're not.
Yeah, look at this, Justin. Let's see it.
Wow. I'm just still trying to figure out where was the lie? Where was the lie? Where was the lie? And was it on a bed? Because... I don't even know if we're speaking about the same lie at this point, because what exactly was she talking about? And then to be on, was it Howie's podcast of all the podcasts out there in the world? I was like, what is this? Because I don't know about you, but every time I see Howie, the first thing I think of is a talent show and a judge. I don't think of anything else. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm ignorant. You guys let me know what you think when you see him, because I was just like, Howie? Okay, this is random AF.
Shane Dawson.
Daddy.
AF.
Okay, so this channel, I kind of leave to be whatever. It's kind of, I guess, behind the scenes of my podcast. Now my podcast is happening right now. We've been premiering we filmed yesterday, and we talked about Jojo a little bit in there. The Abby Miller came up, and my co-host Oscar was saying Jojo, has like defended Abby and said, I don't know exactly if it was a good experience, but really doesn't have bad things to say about Dance Mom. Whereas I was in the position of very much like as a viewer, like even if all the kids aren't on it, even if
I had it at 1.75, but I know some people can't understand Trisha because she speaks fast. But for me, I feel like I speak fast, so I can understand her at 1.75. So I went ahead and I changed it to 1.5 just in case you couldn't hear what she was saying.
It's all for entertainment, even if it's still very humiliating to children for entertainment. However you look at it, like she was humiliating kids. Now, if you think that made them a better dancer or a better person, like that's your opinion. But it was humiliation. Abby Lee talked about children's bodies, the way they looked, the way they performed, everything to make them feel bad Now, some people may argue like that makes a good teacher, that makes a good, I don't know that argument, but if that's what you want to feel it. But that show was to humiliate children. And, you know, JoJo's still very young. She's 20 years old. And
Dang, she's 20? Yeah, she's super young. Yikes. I remember being 20 and thinking I was old. The way I could go back and just slap myself.
Met JoJo, and she is so nice, and she is like so professional, and she probably has put up with a lot. Probably more than she realizes at 20. Just going through all these experiences so young. Like, I have respect for JoJo for navigating it so well, because I can imagine that it's very difficult being that young and still being so young and trying to navigate everything that she's gone through. Having said all of that, and in no way am I placing like blame on JoJo for these words she's saying. I think in this particular case, she feels an attachment, she feels a loyalty to Colleen. So she was on Howie Mandel's podcast today, and I think she felt a loyalty, this family bond to Colleen, as she talks about, to defend Colleen. And I think in this situation, she really should have just opted to not talk about it. When I've done interviews in the past, if there's something I want to talk about, I just tell them beforehand. If it gets brought up, I ask if they can cut it out. If it's just something that I know I should talk about, I don't feel comfortable talking about, like, you can love someone and they can be in the wrong. They can do wrong things. You don't have to defend the person you love when they're clearly in the wrong. And I'm so
okay, Trisha, where were you when you was defending Shane and Jeffrey? And okay, look at you grown up. Mama Trisha in the house.
tired. I'm so tired of people treating Colleen's banishment somewhat off of YouTube. She's been off for a while as a cancellation, because it's not a cancellation. This is someone. When it comes to children and talking to children, the way she talked to children and the way she communicated with them about adult things, about her adult life, where she passed off very passive aggressively in a song was, she's not a groomer, just a loser. It's like, I'm going to share my own experience of this because it really does hit very close to home. And it's why I have such a hard time with this to this day, taking my involvement out of it, or her sharing my nudes to fans, which is like so inappropriate. And that is confirmed. I keep hearing these lies.
And that's where I'm like, where is the lie? Where is it? Did I miss it? Do I need glasses? I'm confused.
No proof. That is confirmed. She apologized. There's a video of her friend who's not even public, like next to me, next to my nudes. She admitted to it. It was caught. It was done. To her van. Like, these are all very disgusting behavior things that are proven. It's proven that she had a friendship with Adam McIntyre when he was 14 years old, invited him to have, lunch with her and meals with her, and everything is proven. There's all these instances of her in group chats with fans that were underage. And regardless of if you think it was appropriate or not, it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate for an adult to be friends with a child, period. And the first sentence of this, I'm going point by point because it's not a very long segment. I don't know if they just didn't want to delve into it. They just wanted to use it for the title, whatever the case is. Like, it's not a very long segment. But the first thing she says,
Are you, and if I'm wrong, are you friends with Colleen Ballinger still?
Yeah,
What do you say about
I've known Colleen since I was 12.
So the first thing she says is, I've known Colleen since I was 12, and she gets into it more. Next thing she says, she starts off right away with saying, Colleen's always been really kind to me. Her family's been nothing but kind to me, just building up this character. She's a good person. She's a good person.
And you know where she really messed up is where she said, I know Colleen very well. How you know Colleen very well if you've known her since you were 12? Which means as a child, you definitely had a different mindset as you would in your 20s or your 30s, which you are just now entering your 20s. Therefore, hell, the plasticity ain't even there all the way. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. All right, Jojo, go ahead. Say what you want.
And
say what you want.
She goes on to say, the internet can take a lie and run with it so far that there's nothing you can do about it.
I can't believe she said that.
Once again, there's no lie.
There's no lie.
Herself has admitted to having very inappropriate text conversations with her fans that were underage. She's admitted to this. JoJo later goes on to talk about her own friendship.
Y'all stressing me out.
Any adult, 18 plus, but when you're 25 plus, 30 plus, in her 30s, having friendships with 14-year-olds who admire her, and as JoJo later on says, she idolizes her.
It's so crazy how we're seeing Trisha talk about this. And I just keep thinking about her with Trevor, Shane with Hannah. It's just like, wow. And for you to be spot on too. Okay, go ahead, girl.
This power dynamic, that is grooming. Grooming is when you can manipulate someone because there's a power struggle, there's an age gap, more, there's an idolization, they're not going to go against their idol. She has admitted to meeting up with Adam McIntyre when he was a teenager, having a friendship, going to dinner while his parents wait for him. And this is someone who's married at the time, has the assistant. This is not lies. She sent my nudes to a fan, email me apologizing for them. There's her friend that's not even online holding it. Like she's very sick. This has been established. This has been proven by Colleen herself. There's no lies. When people say there's lies and they run with it, these are facts. These are facts. There's an actual definition of grooming when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and or abuse them. Her talking about her divorce, her talking about these things, and then saying, well, you know, he did this, this, and this, he's lying, like in these group chat with fans who she's is going to defend her. Because she doesn't want to. Either she'll think it looks bad on her, but she's befriending and sharing this information so that other people will share it. And these are children in this group chat. These are minors in this group chat. These are proven. These are proven. I think people think grooming and think, well, if it's not sexual, if it's not this. No. This is why I'm going to reiterate, and I will never stop talking about this because I think it gets swept under the rug all too easily as a cancellation. I hate cancel culture. This is vastly different than any cancellation. Vastly, vastly different. This is an adult being friends, and one of her own friends is now an adult, 20, and we're seeing this firsthand, and I don't blame JoJo. I never blame the child. At 35, I am still realizing, I'm still discovering things that were wrong that happened to me, things that I felt guilt about for so many years.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I was groomed, and I didn't know.
You don't realize.
I didn't think anything wrong. I was always cool with this person. I was always cool with these people. So I just thought it's not grooming,
right?
And especially if it wasn't like a sexual thing. Well, it's not grooming if it's not sexual, but it is. Once again, let's reiterate: an adult having a friendship with a child is inappropriate, first and foremost. And honestly, it should be illegal. And I think people get away with it by calling it a friendship. But this grooming is real. This grooming is real. Mm-hmm. What business does an adult have being friends with a 13-year-old? None. Zero. There's nothing. This child is underdeveloped in every single way, emotionally, physically, mentally. There's nothing that would make it okay for you to have a friendship as an adult with a minor. Nothing.
Okay.
And they do want to talk about, yes, well, JoJo's in the same industry as her, and I get that, right? I made a video with Jojo Siwa.
And let's talk about that. JoJo said that Colleen was a comedian, and it really showed her age when she said that. I was like, girl, I'm sorry, but no, there's never going to be a time in my life where I'm putting Colleen in the category of comedians up there with Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle. It's never going to be. I'm sorry.
Probably twice. And even in just making those videos, just making the video and not hanging out or anything after, I was like, still kind of feels maybe kind of weird. Maybe, I don't know. Because when I did the collab with JoJo, her mom was over there when I first came, and I don't know if she went upstairs or if she left, but I didn't see her for the rest of the video shoot. And again, she could have been upstairs. And I will also preface this by saying I think the Siwa family is extremely nice. They're extremely gracious and giving. And at the time when I did the collaboration, I thought, well, this is great. JoJo's really popular. And so in a sense, yes, if you're an actor, if you're on a reality show, and yes, if you're in the same field, right, doing YouTube videos, or I think collabing with JoJo, I did feel some type of way. I was like, I don't know, this is a child, and yes, she's professional, and yes, she doesn't act like this child, but I remember then a month later or so after the collaboration, she invited me and the person I was dating at the time to go to a New Year's Eve party, and I was like, I don't know, and her parents were obviously going to be there, but I was like, I just, as an adult, as someone, I think I was 25 at the time, no, I was 27, I was like, I don't really think we should be going to New Year's with a child, even though it was with her family, you know what I mean? And, she was 14, 15 at the time, because I'm like, there's probably other children, my own birthday party, it's like, or not my own daughter's birthday party. It's like, I just don't know if I want someone who doesn't have a child, who's not related, who's not family, coming to our party with kids. So same sort of thing. It's like, if we don't have, okay, I should say, the person I was dating did have children. So he ended up just going with his children, which was fine, but I didn't go because I just was like, I don't know, something just feels not appropriate. And again, I've told this time and time again, I have my own very serious trauma from being around adults, or bonding with adults, having friendships with adults when I was a teenager. It's what I gravitated towards. My father lived in California, I lived in Illinois, so I just didn't see him a lot. I gravitated to
makes me think of the movie 13, and it makes me think of Michael Jackson's multiple friends that were children. And I love Michael Jackson. I'm not even trying to come for him in that way, but I'm just saying.
Mostly older men, but there was some older women as well, and it really traumatized me, and that's my trauma, and I get that it traumatized me, but I just same thing. I tell a story, Emma Chamberlain, who was 17, and a friend group of mine was hanging out with her, and she was downstairs, and they're like, well, should she come up and film? And I just didn't feel comfortable. I'm like, you know what? I know everyone's like, what, when you're 18, you hit this magic age, all of a sudden you're an adult, kind of, but kind of not. 20, you should be an adult, but 18, 19, yes, legally you're considered an adult. You're more developed. You are more developed when you're 18 than you are at 17 than you are at 16. Just like 19, those years are so crucial. So yes, 19 dating 17 is very crucial in the way you mature, the way you form. Obviously, when you're 40 dating 38, it's closer to age. Of course, it's different because you're fully developed, they say, around 25. So even a collaboration, okay, maybe a collaboration, maybe, but even then it's, what demographic are you trying to appeal to by being with, you know, a younger creator? And, you know, when I collabed with JoJo, I thought it was like, you know, she talked fast, you know, she liked glitter and bling. And so, you know, again, for me, it's like, you know, I think relatively innocent. And then I'm just like, well, you know, this is a child at the end of the day, and there's no really like work laws for a child when it comes to YouTube. And it's just something that I wasn't necessarily interested in, like,
that's changing,
with,
honey.
You know, she was a child. You have a friendship, you're forming a friendship, you're hanging out with this person. And if I'm being honest, like, I'm not trying to defend my stance in this situation, but I really just didn't know until this kind of interview right here. And then, like, I just had to research for myself, like, seeing all the times they hung out just as friends, as if that was, like, completely normal. A grown woman who's, like, in a relationship, married, you know, all of a sudden, like, you're friends with a child. I can't fathom what goes through someone's head to say, like, yeah, let me hang out with a 14-year-old when I'm 30 years old. JoJo and Colleen are 15 and a half years apart. They're 15 and a half years. So if JoJo, did she say, I forgot, she said when she was 12 or something, 12 with a 27-year-old, and you are friends, and she says they are friends for this long. No matter what the situation, the dynamic is unstable, it's unbalanced, and why is the adult, you have to question, why is the adult friends with a 12-year-old? Collabing is to gain followers, get more popular, okay. They keep using this excuse, Colleen, and now JoJo's using the excuse that Miranda sings as a character. She's a comedian. Colleen has said herself that, well, now she's saying that Miranda was never meant for kids, yet you're collabing with a collaborator, a YouTuber, an influencer whose audience is primarily children. Mm-hmm. If you're not meant for children, why are you collaborating with this person? It's very chilling, if I'm being honest. It's very chilling. Because the more layers that come undone about this, it's really just like, wow, who is this person? And so... She goes on to say, again, Colleen is a comedian, and years ago you could say things that were okay that now they're not. Mm-hmm. No one's debating that. There's poor, tasteless jokes. There's that. There's also becoming friends with a 12-year-old, but not just JoJo, becoming friends with a 14-year-old, Anna McIntyre, becoming friends with two girls in the group, that 16-year-olds. Like, it's almost this, like, deflection that's like, oh, all these lies, and, oh, this comedian who made jokes. That's not what people are upset about. She's becoming friends with her fans, underage. She's sending unsolicited nudes of me, confirmed to at least one fan, alleged to other fans. This is the issue. This is a sickness. Unsolicited.
And for me, I don't even care if it was a fan that was underage. You're sending that regardless. I don't care if you sent that to somebody that was 55 years old. Honestly, why are you sending my nudes or anything sexual about another person to another person? That's where I'm at. Because the thing is even me with friends that have OnlyFans, I have never been on their OnlyFans. I'm not sending stuff out like, oh, this is the link to their OnlyFans. Like, why would I do that? Like genuinely, why? I can't really wrap my head around that dynamic. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me, regardless if it's my friend or not. It just does not. It just morally, it's just not necessary. It's not needed. So it's like, why are you doing that? I don't. God, these people are so, like, I want to say sick, but really the word that's in my gut is weird. Like, that's weird. Like, you're weird.
Unsolicited nudes is a cyber crime. It's sending someone else's nude, not only morally wrong, but it's like flashing someone who didn't ask for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But back to the children thing, let's reiterate it. I'll just keep driving this home. I don't care if I sound like a broken record. Being friends with the minors and writing it off as just not a groomer, just a loser. There needs to be actual accountability. Why is she hiding now?
She
did a singularly apology that was not an apology. She did not say sorry. She did not fully address this stuff. I got an apology in an email 2 weeks after I made my video because she straight up lied. She told me the fans were sending her nude pictures of me. Meanwhile, she was doing it. Proven. Her friend who's not online right there sending it. How else would she have that picture? Emailing me saying I'm sorry from her email. Double, triple check that was from her email. This is proof. I got an apology, but these people who she had inappropriate relationships with, she can't just say, because right now, my only logic of her not talking about this is like, she knows it was wrong. Maybe she's worried of getting sued, which is like, I guess the only logical thing. But it's like, as far as I know right now, it should be a crime. I don't think it's a crime to be friends. I don't think grooming is a crime as of yet. It definitely should be. I guess it's hard to prove because what is manipulation? What is all this like that? I really do think there should be a law where adults should not be friends with underage children. There's absolutely no reason. There should be no hangouts, sleepovers, nothing.
Did you hear about that teacher, a woman, by the way, not a man, who RAPE'd a child, boy, and basically how she did it was she started playing video games with them and then just kind of like gradually got closer and closer to where she was able to make them feel comfortable and then do things kind of more so in a nonchalant way, see how they react. and then be able to like go in and, you know, obviously go for the kill or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, even teachers, you know what I mean? Like you really cannot trust anything anymore. You got to be so cautious about who's around these children, why they're around these children, and not even just children, but teens too. It's actually really creepy when you think about it. It's like you are at work, my kids are at school, my kids are at daycare. Meanwhile, you have no idea if somebody is, you know, getting really aroused changing your child's diaper. Like, who knows? You know, it's so gross to say that out loud, but it's so valid at the same time. It's just like, ugh. It's sickening.
No matter how innocent it is, but the most chilling part of this for me comes at the 36-minute, 15-second mark, where Howie and his daughter are talking about, you know, a lot of young girls, like Howie's daughter, if she could write to Jojo and become friends with her, she would. And Jojo kind of cuts them off and is like, the difference between me and Colleen is we became friends.
Colleen and I is we were, once I became her friend.
The difference between Colleen and I is I became her friend. Saying, oh, the difference between me and the people that want to be my friend is I became her friend.
Interesting. I did not hear that part.
And it sends utter chills through my body because I defended my groomer the same way as we're friends. I'm not going to lie. How I lied so much in my early high school years, I switched high school 4 different times, is I had an older male in a workplace. We became friends. And just friends, right? I have a lot of issues with teachers otherwise, so I was just friends. But this teacher became friends, and I started believing things he would tell me, and I would get other people in trouble based on what this person was feeding me. And why? Because we were friends. I was going to stick up for my friend, and he would constantly tell me, well, I can't say this stuff, I can't do this stuff, but I'm just letting you know because I trust you and you're my friend. And
it's like an underlined manipulation tactic that works so well for those that are easily manipulated. And that is typically those that are younger. I mean, and not even just younger, but even power dynamics, right? Like the boss and the employee. Like, it's just, yikes.
What that does to a 12-year-old, especially, first of all, this is just like a teacher, right? I couldn't imagine if that was like a celebrity that I loved or like someone that I really truly idolized. Like, this is an older person. They have power. They have authority, which is attractive in, you know, in any type of way. And then so I started believing this person, believing their life, started lying on their behalf, getting other people in trouble, which is something I felt so much guilt for. I changed schools multiple times. I felt so much guilt as an adult, and I was like, wow, I even thought my relationships, I was reaping karma for lying as a child on this person's behalf for this person and to get other people in trouble, and I just felt immense guilt. I felt immense guilt. And it literally wasn't until I was 34, 33 that I realized, you know, it wasn't my fault because I'm a child. I'm a child and like, oh, I need to defend this person. If I want to stay friends with this person, I should do this. And that's what friends do. I didn't have friends in high school, so this was my one friend. And I thought I was special too because, well, the difference, literally Jojo says it to a T, the difference between that is we became friends. So that's what I was told as a teacher student. Well, the difference between me and other students is we're friends. And that sends chills in a way that I probably can't explain and people will think I'm so crazy for. But this is one thing that I hold so true. And it was a shock. When this all came out this summer, it was a shock. And I still hold to this. It's 100% the truth. When it first came out, I just didn't look. I just didn't see stuff just the way I didn't see it years prior. Like I don't know, 2020, 2018, all these years, like I wasn't close with Colleen. I didn't see it that way. I didn't see stuff. I don't want to see stuff on the period. I didn't see stuff. Obviously, all this stuff was slapped in my face because I was doing a podcast with Colleen, and I was like, it was a shock. And I don't have this long history and this loyalty, the sense of loyalty to Colleen like Jojo has, but enough to where I'm like, well, okay, are these lies? And like Jojo says, this happens to her. And she's like, it happens to a lot of people. Yeah, it happens to a lot of people. Lies get exaggerated, lies get thrown out there. But this is proof. This is proof with children. It's a whole separate thing. You are hurting children. You are hurting minors. On top of the other stuff, okay, that's bad. You have these relationships with minors that is inappropriate, and you have a platform to take account for this situation. In my opinion, with this kind of stuff, I don't think there's coming back from it. I just don't. Woody Allen recently said something that he doesn't believe in cancel culture.
And you know, I feel the same way, but you know what I've been noticing? And let me know if you've been noticing it too. But I've been noticing people wearing Balenciaga again. I've been noticing people share Balenciaga again. Even Terry Joe and Madonna's TikTok live, Madonna gifted Terry Joe like a Balenciaga sunglasses. And it's just interesting to me how people have already just forgotten that entire period, that entire boycott of Balenciaga. And now it's like, oh, it's my birthday. I got my Balenciaga, shirt on. Oh, look, I got a Balenciaga, this, that. And no one's saying nothing about anything. And it's just so weird to me how people are so easily swayed back into what they believe is a status symbol or, something that is of wealth, right? Regardless of controversy and honestly, just downright, completely morally wrong type behavior. So it's unfortunate that we have come into this time of canceled, uncanceled, cancel culture exists, doesn't exist, whatever, when, there used to be a time where it was just like right and wrong. But now it's like, oh yeah, so and so was canceled, but they're not canceled anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a sweeping under the rug type of situation. It's really, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Have y'all been seeing that? Because I've been seeing it.
Sure. And the thing is he does come back and people support him and actors support him and Colleen will come back and people will support. I'm just saying, in my opinion, this is something where it's like there's not even an inkling, there's not even an acknowledgement that this isn't right. This wasn't right. Like I came from it from an innocent place, but I understand why it wasn't right. Like, and maybe she does understand why it's not right, which is also very scary to think, like, this is what's so scary. And Jojo, to think it's okay still, that this friendship was okay, that this friendship was normal and healthy. It was happy. I'm consensual in this relationship, in this friendship. I'm consensual. I want this friendship. I idolized her. It's not a friendship. She goes on to say she idolized her, and she goes, she's just cool, which is, in a nutshell, why she's defending her, why she's being there. She still idolizes her. She still holds her on this pedestal. Cool. And she says she's just cool. And then goes on to say that the internet is capitalizing off her and continues to capitalize off her cancellation. Jojo, this is not a cancellation. This is not a cancellation. This is not people capitalizing off of something. This is disgusting, gross behavior that gets slipped under the rug. That just gets slid under the rug.
I just said that.
Like nothing. And so many people get away with this. And so many people, young people, get hurt by this. And no one's, people writing it off as, oh, drama, people capitalizing, people making money. I've heard this now from a couple influencers in defense of Colleen. One other influencer, I'll say, in defense of Colleen, who was like, it's drama, people making money off this, it's sick. Don't get it twisted. Colleen Ballinger is the sick one in this. And it's a sickness. And it's a sickness. It's a sickness. To not even think of this as an issue. To not even apologize. The one clip that really got me, and based off lies.
It's a scary place when you put yourself, it was one thing.
Again, talked about this numerous times. Adam McIntyre doesn't like me. I don't particularly care for the content he's made about me. I think it's a lot of it's crass. A lot of it's awfully.
Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, actually, I haven't dabbled in that. I know some of y'all have been telling me that some people don't like Adam. He's done some things that people don't condone. Like, I can't remember exactly. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just speaking out of my butt right now. I don't know. But, interesting. I was actually about to say I want her to interview Adam. But I see that that's definitely not going to happen.
Continues to make videos that don't like me, criticize me for every single thing. But that doesn't change the fact that of what Colleen did. And there's facts, and there's facts, and there's just, how can anyone say these are lies or defend Colleen? Like, her editing the clip of their live chat, which started this all, I guess, I have no idea what year, this is 2018, her sending Adam McIntyre the unused bra and panties that she ordered. She clipped it out, I don't know what year it was when she did her defense video way back when. She clipped it out, and when she said, who wants these? Like, Adam, do you want these? She made it seem like, she clipped out that Adam just asked for them and she sent it. When it's facts, it's out there. She clipped the part out that she said, do you want these? Making it look like, oh, he asked for these and I sent it to him, which either way is weird and all of it. And to me, she always explained it as just that situation as very much like, oh, I was sending people clothes and, oh, I've never done that. It was like this one time thing. But it's like, no, their friendship went deep. And it was a friendship. And I understand why Adam felt some type of way, like he was, I think he said he was like losing her. He told his mom, like, I'm losing her, I've lost her, this kind of thing. Because again, when you're friends with someone you idolized, which Adam was, which all these fans were, which Jojo is too. The difference is Jojo's very famous. Jojo has influence, so they keep that friendship. Adam, she cuts him off, and then that spiral feels so intense. And he's still a young adult processing this, and I wrote this in my email to him. Sometimes you can't even process the trauma until 25, 30. Sometimes you don't realize it. And I'm not trying to make a victim where they don't want to be, right? I'm not saying Jojo needs to feel this way, that I get her headspace. I was 20 years old dating 50-year-old, thinking it was completely fine. I was in control. I wanted this.
Whoa, 50. I'm not even going to comment on that because my experience would say otherwise. But he wasn't 50, he was 46. But again, at the time, I just like she said, I felt like I was in control. I was 21, I wasn't 20. But regardless, it's just 1 year. But dang, 2050? Girl.
I'm mature. It's that when her head, she thinks this is normal. And,
I'm telling you,
and
13. I don't know.
It's just not. It's just not. It is inappropriate to be friends with a 12-year-old when you are 30 years old, 20.
Yeah, that actually is crazy.
Over 30 in the case of Adam. It's very inappropriate. And real people got hurt. Real children got hurt. And
I really feel like Trisha can speak about this because she has the experience behind it where, she may have done certain things. I luckily was not in that situation, so I can't really speak from that. But, at the same time, yeah, there is a dynamic of, being younger and maybe seeming older or wiser and then, feeling cooler because you have older friends. And like, I've definitely been in that, scenario before. So it's interesting. But what would have been great if she brought up, her section era where she was doing content with Trevor. I feel like that would have even just like hit it even more on the nail, if you will, the hammer on the nail, because just like she said, I don't know what Adam is saying about her, but people can say, okay, Trisha, this is great that you're in your mommy mode and this is what you think now, but you also did things that were wrong and you also supported people who did wrong as well. So it's one of those dynamics where it's like, are you going to give her the space to be a better person, or are you just going to always shut her down? And I think it's hard when it comes to like these parasocial, not even parasocial relationships, but just, people that online or famous influencers, whatever, but you don't know them personally. It's a really interesting dynamic.
Whether it's under the guise of she's a comedian and inappropriate jokes, the female who was 16 that felt violated at the Miranda show with her legs open.
Right.
She deserves an acknowledgement. She deserves an acknowledgement from Colleen and an apology because she felt that way and that was inappropriate. And even when you make inappropriate jokes, right? Not even at a real person's expense, you make inappropriate jokes 10 years ago, you apologize for them because you've offended people. I've done it. I'll continue to do it. Yes, there's jokes you make in poor taste, and forever I will always apologize anytime they get brought up because that's what you do. You've hurt someone, and if I'm apologizing for just hurting a group of people with a joke, like this is a real person, this is a real child that felt some type of way leading your show. This is a real human physical interaction that you humiliated, and to not even give an acknowledgement or to call it a fart joke is sick. And to see Jojo defending her, it makes sense because she's still in the I idolize her. She's cool. She's a big YouTuber. Like, we're friends. It makes sense, but it's so disheartening. And I feel very sad for Jojo. And she might say, "Don't feel sad for me. I'm not a victim," and all like that. But it's something that even in my early 20s, dating someone who was 55, 60, lying for them and covering up very serious things, it like, at the time, I just thought, well, it's fine, it's cool, they're cool, they have my back, they're covering for me, all stuff like that. And it's not fun,
60?
and it's not cool. And I sit with some immense guilt.
Girl.
Some immense guilt from even being a young adult in a situation and stuff that I was manipulated in when I didn't even know it was manipulation, when I didn't even know it. And I have a feeling, just watching this, that this response, this defense of Colleen, the only public one we've seen from an actual close friend of Colleen, is manipulation working? Is grooming working?
No, because
you've been friends with me since you were 12. You've known me for this long. Howie asked twice if she's communicating with Colleen, and she never answers the question. But I have a feeling this defense is a result of everything she said. She's cool. She was my idol. We've been friends since I was 12. And like I said, I get loving someone. But even the people you love, when they mess up, you don't need to defend them. You can love them. You can make sure they're okay to the best of their capacity, because I know no one wants anyone to hurt themselves. People just want closure, accountability, acknowledgement.
That is true. And I can't believe she really still hasn't said anything. Colleen.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm screaming. Not yours popping up. Anyways, y'all. I am absolutely shook at what the heck Jojo said. Like, if anything, it made me just believe the situation more in the aspect of being manipulated, because it's like, Jojo, have you looked around? Like, look around one time and tell me if you've seen anybody saying what you're saying right now. You know what I mean? And maybe for her, it's like, oh, well, I'll be the one to stand up if, no one else will. But it's just like, yikes. Let's read some comments before we dip out. Trisha is staying on Colleen's neck, and I absolutely love that she is standing up for something with full force. So proud of you, Trisha. Please don't stop talking about Colleen. Jojo hasn't a clue that she is or was groomed. If she thought going on a podcast would help Colleen, she couldn't have been more wrong. Thanks, Trisha. I don't think she went on it for Colleen, but I'm actually surprised that they didn't take out that question or say she wasn't going to talk about it or something like that. Like, I don't know what that's about. Again, another reason that makes me think that definitely manipulation's at play there, because I don't understand. I'm living for the clear-minded Trisha rants. You've come so far. Congrats. No, honestly though, and I think it's because, you know, she's a mom now, so she can't be like, you know, I'm gonna go drink or I'm gonna go, you know, be high or whatever it could be, you know. So she's just like very clear-minded of, you know, who she wants to be, who she wants to become, how she wants her personal development to grow for not just herself but for her child. But, you know, a lot of people say having a kid will completely change your entire world. Of course, she's known her since she was 12. Legit proving Colleen is weird. I'm dead. 2K likes on that one. I usually don't comment, but the last like 10 minutes of the video explained the situation better than anyone I've seen. It makes so much sense when you put it like that. Anyone still defending Colleen and her Goonies at this point need to watch this entire video and come to the terms with reality. Well done, Trish. Woo! Well, let me know your thoughts down below. Also, can you let me know what Adam McIntyre has said about Trisha that made her say that he doesn't like her or something like that? I have not been watching his content. I know he did a reaction on this video as well, but I just haven't been on that side of YouTube. So if anyone could let me know, that would be wonderful and dandy. Wait, Jojo needs therapy. She has no idea that she's been groomed for so long to not even know the real Colleen. No, she said, I know Colleen real well. That was what was crazy to me. To Jojo, this is normal and acceptable behaviors. Well, let me know what y'all think is gonna happen to Jojo. Not that anything will happen to her, but you know, the backlash and all of that good stuff. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this video. I will see y'all all in the next one. And yeah, I'm stressed out, so bye. Because damn. Disappointment. The disappointment. Like, Jojo, how you gonna disappoint me like that, girl? Damn.
Is there more?